Hi everyone, welcome back to Kofodia today. Sorry we had a little bit of technical issues that led us to cease production, but now we're back with full force and we thank God for everything that He has done for us. And we thank you, our viewers, for sticking with us through these times. But we're back again. Over the past period of the Kofodia today, we had a little bit of interviews in different sectors, the health, the blogging, the hospitality, the finance. But today we want to look at youth in entrepreneurship in the Eastern region, how the youth are embracing entrepreneurship in the Eastern region. So on this episode, we're going to talk with one of our very good brothers, who's Daniel Awurah, CEO of Zelus Technologies, who has joined me today for this awesome discussion. So welcome, Andres. Welcome to Kofodia today.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. All right, so first of all, before we start, I'd like you to introduce yourself to our listeners and our viewers.
Okay, so I'm Daniel Awurah, the CEO of Zelus Technologies, former SRC president of Ghana Technology University, Koforidua campus. Yeah, I've been in Koforidua as an entrepreneur for a while, and I think it's been a fantastic journey so far. Yeah.
Thank you. Actually, he's my senior. he was our SLC president when I was also back then in GTUC. So we've had a little bit of good interactions together, built a very strong relationship in terms of business wise, and I think we all need to look at that and learn from it. So anyway, as we start, I would like to know what's your take on entrepreneurship as a whole before we come to putting the youth into the entrepreneurship aspect.
Well, my definition of entrepreneurship is someone who identifies a problem and then tries to bridge that gap with a solution. So anyone who solves a problem and receives a reward can be termed as an entrepreneur. Yeah, and then
Okay.
for you to be an entrepreneur, you need to possess certain qualities. Not everyone that solves problems can necessarily be termed as an entrepreneur. You need to have certain characteristics within you that are inherent. Yeah. So these characteristics can make you an entrepreneur.
Okay, so if you're talking about characteristics of an entrepreneur, what are they? Because someone would like to know. Because if you, from your earlier submission, you said it's solving a problem.
Yeah.
If you're able to solve a problem, you get paid for that problem you solve. It means you're an entrepreneur. But not every problem too you can solve, meaning that you're an entrepreneur. Meaning that we have, as you said, their characteristics.
Yeah.
What are these characteristics?
Well, that is a very good question. Being an entrepreneur means you're a leader. Okay, you've seen something, you've identified a problem, you want to solve the problem. That makes you, let's say, Kwame Nkrumah like this. He's a leader. He can also be termed as an entrepreneur for having that vision to solve that problem. You get it. So, in order for you to become an entrepreneur, you need to be selfless. You need to be passionate about what you're doing. Once you find a problem, you need to solve it with passion. If there's no passion, you may not, achieve or attain the results you want to get. So having passion is very key to being a successful entrepreneur. Because you should also know how to work with people. Working with people is also very important. If you are very good, very smart, very skillful, and you don't know how to work with people, I'm sorry, you can't go far. So working with people, it's also very important. There's many other characteristics that can help you find yourself as an entrepreneur.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So basically, everyone needs people skills. You need to be passionate about your craft.
Yeah.
Then, basically, you need to be able to solve problems.
Exactly.
You should be a problem solver.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, the youth. First of all, how long have you been in the Eastern region?
Let's say 4 to 5 years, if I'm correct.
Okay. And how many years is your business in the Eastern region?
I think we started around 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, we started as a team. So roughly, let's say 3 years official. Yeah, we started. We've been active for the past 3 years. Yeah, officially. Yeah.
Right. So, Eastern region, we have so many youths. Eastern region has a whole lot of things to offer. When you look at the whole Ghana and its demarcations and regions, it's one of the regions that is not really appreciated or developed. While we have our sitting president who's from the Eastern region, we have presidents that have come in and gone, but nothing has been so good about the Eastern region. We are always associated with bad roads, bad everything. Everything about the Eastern region is always in the negative. So now, how does the youth play a role in entrepreneurship to help project the Eastern region as an industrial hub?
Well, first of all, I find Eastern region to be an interesting place, okay? Because I'm in the tech space, I would say Eastern region is like the Silicon Valley of Ghana. Simply because once you come here, when you come here, looking at the number of schools available tells you the kind of human resource we train here. There are a lot of intellectual capacity here if you are to start digging for them or start searching for them. So I would say Eastern region is the power hub, okay, when it comes to intellectual capacity, that is training of students or the youth. Yeah, because considering the number of universities here alone, I'm afraid there are a lot. Secondary schools, you can make mention of Tech, New Jabin, Pope Jones, a whole lot. Yeah, so I think what the government can also do to help strengthen this issue that you made mention of, or to solve this problem we made mention of, is to set up certain initiatives, okay, initiatives that can help empower the youth. And then once they want to do something, I think they should consider people who are already in the industry, people who want to help people, okay, or individuals who have come out to help people. They are the people. They are the people the government needs to invest in, not coming from above and implementing something from below. I believe you understand what I'm saying. People who are already key players, who have the passion to help the youth, who are already doing something for the youth, who have refused to accept the status quo and want to see the youth become better versions of themselves. They are the people the government needs to pick and invest in them, invest in their ideas to empower the youth. Yeah, because sometimes coming from above and implementing something that you barely understand, you end up not meeting your targets. However, people who have made mistakes, people who have a lot at stake, they are those you have to empower, they are those you need to look at their ideas, their visions, and actually invest in them. Yeah.
Wow. So invest in the youth by investing in the people who are already empowering the youth.
Exactly.
Alright, so now, do you think that the Eastern region youth are interested in being problem solvers, like entrepreneurs, to solve problems on their own, or they're just like any other youth in the country that are dependent on the government to come and give them what they have to do or give them job?
Okay. Well, I don't think this is an Eastern region problem, actually. I think it's a national problem. We should train entrepreneurs. Okay, I think that's what we need to look at, because entrepreneurs actually make up the state. Okay, they help empower the state, if I should say. When you look at Eastern region, okay, look at the number of entrepreneurs here. They are very few. Okay, and the support they even get is not that as much as back in Accra. And the competition here is quite, slow. It's not really, shaking. So, if you want to empower, your question again, it's.
My question was, do you think the youth are more interested in being entrepreneurs, like problem-solving people, or they're waiting for the government to come back, to come and solve their problems for them and sit down, just like as you said, it's a national issue, where every youth is waiting for the government to come back. I'm talking about the Eastern region now. Is it the same? Like, are they also waiting, or some are taking initiative?
Okay, all right. So as I was saying, it's a national problem. Okay, we shouldn't look up to the government. Okay, what I think the government should do from above is to set up system that is going to create the next breed of entrepreneurs. Okay, and entrepreneurship should be taught in schools. It's being done, okay, but we need to look at the practical aspects of it. We should actually groom entrepreneurs. They should teach us how to handle money, what is taxes, because a lot of us don't know what taxes are. You come out of school, you want to start a business, and then there's tax, there's revenue, that you understand. They should teach us the realities of life, and we should also get more practical in our academic system or our educational system. It shouldn't always be theory. I think that is another reason why people don't actually live up to their potential, because we always read theory, we come out, and there's nothing we can do out there. They should actually engage us in more like practical problem solving systems, so that once we come out, we can actually do something to help the nation. I think that is another reason why it's not that they are not interested. They just don't know that they have that in them. You understand? They don't know they have that in them, because all what they have learned through school is theory, and then they don't do anything practical. I've been able to get this far simply because, you know, when we were in school, from Monday to Friday, I'll be in Accra, sometimes Tema. You get it. I'll be working with people, going to there's someone in Dowina, going there, installing softwares, meeting other programmers in Accra, trying to make something for myself. You understand, and for them as well. So it's quite. You have to go the opposite if you want to attain greatness. Okay, we shouldn't always go where the path may lead, but go our own path and leave a trail. So being able to do that can also, make you outstanding and eventually make you a successful entrepreneur. Sometimes you found yourself in certain circumstances that compels you to be an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, yes or no, we can all be entrepreneurs. But I think most of Ghanaians or most of the people now are entrepreneurs because everybody's selling something. Everybody's trying to sell something to solve a problem. So they can also, can a market woman be termed as an entrepreneur? Or those people selling on the streets, are they entrepreneurs?
They can be termed as an entrepreneur. You see, we have certain criteria that make you an entrepreneur. When you take one, that doesn't make you a full entrepreneur, but you can also be termed as an entrepreneur because you're also solving a problem. Okay, people need tomato, we are selling tomato. Yeah. But coming to what you said earlier, that people sell a lot online on their WhatsApp status and all that. You see, you need to have, there's a 3-year mark, okay? If you start any business, okay, and you are able to withstand all the pressure, after the 3-year mark, you are going to make it. All things being equal, you are going to make it. Because the kind of experience you are going to need, the kind of pressure that is going to come with your field of work, all these things, okay, all these circumstances are going to build you. Okay, so if you're able to make it within this 3-year mark, your expenses, your income, paying for your employees, all these sort of expenses you make, if you're able to make it through that 3-year mark, you are going to make it.
Okay, so basically that's one of the benchmarks to determine whether a business will succeed
or not.
Okay, but we have businesses that have exceeded the 3 months, the 3 years that everything was okay, then in the 5th year it goes down. What happens?
Mind you, I said all things being equal. Yeah, the entrepreneur himself can die after the 3 years. The business may not go on. And then if you're an entrepreneur, okay, and you are growing your business, do not look at empowering yourself alone. Okay, look at your team members. It's very important to go with a team. There's a saying that if you want to go far, go with a team. If you want to go fast, go alone. So if you want to go far, you need a team. You need a team to go with you. Now, if you are growing as an entrepreneur, it's very important for you to empower your team members. It's very important. I'm going to emphasize on that. It's very important. It's very important because they represent you. If they are not doing well, the business is not doing well. Being an entrepreneur or owning a business is like a human. You are the head. Let's assume the legs are not functioning properly. How are you going to move yourself from one place to the other? You understand what I mean? So being an entrepreneur means putting people first, looking out for them, empowering them, motivating them. It's not every day that you as an entrepreneur has to win. It's not every day that you have to lose. And sometimes you have to absorb all the shots. You understand? Go the extra mile. Sometimes your last penny, you have to. Sometimes you even have to go in for this MTN quick load.
Oh, yeah.
For your people, because times may get very hard. You get it. Yeah, so being an entrepreneur, it's quite a rough journey. Yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. Honestly, it's not for the faint-hearted. Because there are so many circumstances that are going to come your way. Financial hardships. Who would have thought that COVID-19 would have hit this country so hard? So if you're a startup person or if you're an entrepreneur who just started not long ago and COVID came in, maybe you just open a nice business, let's say a bar or something, you employ people, a young businessman, you can imagine how this COVID is going to affect. So if you try to maybe establish a school or something, you can just imagine. So being an entrepreneur comes with a lot of challenges. However, your passion has to hold you in these times. Right now, every entrepreneur, not even every entrepreneur in the Eastern region, we all have access to information. Information is currency. Information is power. So we are in the best generation to become the best breed of entrepreneurs that has ever walked the surface of this geographical space in the Eastern region. There's the internet. We have unlimited resources to get access to. We also have mentors. There are so many big guys here in the Eastern region that I think the youth can look up to. Okay, I don't want to mention these, but there's a whole lot of the big guys in the game.
Sure.
You get it. But also, I think they are doing great. I always tell you, are doing great. We need to have people like you too. People who create platforms to bring entrepreneurs together. You get it.
So, try our best.
Yes. I think we should come up with a system or an organization, if possible, that brings together all performing entrepreneurs together. Because we need each other. We need one another. It's very important because it's a journey you can't embark by yourself. You get it. We need people. So people who are going the same direction or the same route should be brought together to be trained, to nurture. Because there are very powerful people here for you.
Sure.
Very, very powerful.
Sure.
The president is from Eastern region. There was one man who flew, I think, a very big jet, so from Sectec. So many profound people from the Eastern region. A whole lot. I can't just mention that. A whole lot. I may not be able to mention all that.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Yeah,
so I know off head I can mention a few. Okay. We understand the aspect of we have powerful people in the region to help mentor. But the question is, the youth now are they're looking for quick ways to make money. They're looking for the shortcuts to make money.
I was about to mention that. Yeah. So right now, social media has put a lot of tension on the youth. Everyone wants to make it overnight. Rather be detrimental to your career. Because at the end of the day, your integrity is at stake. Because once you rise up there, people can always tell you that, hey, you are not legit. This is what you did. This is what you did. So I think social media is kind of putting more pressure on the youth of today to look for shortcuts. People always want to post what they are doing. Okay, social media is fake. No one puts the problem there. Okay, being an entrepreneur, it's a very rough journey. So it's like you can't start and expect things to go on smoothly for you. That is why you need people to lean on to. Sometimes you need people who can even believe in you when you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
You need people who can even believe in you. So when you find yourself starting up as an entrepreneur in Eastern region, it's very important to associate yourself with people who are on the same mission as you are. It's very important to do so.
The crop of youth, in as much as they are looking for quick ways to make money, to get their results quickly, when there's a contract, they are in a hurry to make money quickly and not even think about the consequences. But these same people too are not ready to learn. Even when you're trying to correct them, they don't want to take it because they are just like, hey, no, I know already, meaning, that kind of attitude.
If you're not willing to go through the right process, then you can't get to that pedestal or that height you want to get to. So those are the symptoms, I would say, of an entrepreneur who may not make it. Okay, because you have to be humble. If you want to go far, you have to listen to people. You get it. You have to take their advices. You have to work hard. Whatever they tell you, you need to take it very serious. People may see something you do not see. You may think you've got it all figured out, but someone standing outside, you see, there's a saying that if you are in the frame, you can't see the picture. So someone outside will look at the frame and tell you that, hey, this and this is not right. If you are not willing to correct that, then you are not willing to succeed. Because at the end of the day, don't feed your ego. It's not your ego that you are feeding. Ego is the enemy. You really need to look at how best you can improve yourself. However, it's also very important not to listen to every advice. Okay, else the real you.